think once I see that first like messenger or that first like trip 4 pin, just to kind of like release the valve a little bit. Good morning, everybody. I did something last night, which I don't often do. Oh, I'm getting beeped out here. Sorry. I actually went back to the video that we shot here last year, and because I remember starting very slowly. And so I wanted to, I don't know, kind of revisit it a little bit and see where I was playing on the lane. I know the pattern is going to be a little bit different this year, but yeah, I still wanted to, I don't know, kind of get a little memory bump. And it's funny because the strategy that I actually have in my head for this year, not really remembering exactly until I watched the video of what I want to do this year, was really similar to the final day, the big run that I had last year. So last year I used some really clean, angular balls because it forced me further left and I wanted to create the angles. But this year my strategy is to be way more controlled, use stronger equipment, bigger balls with bigger covers like gems, phase 2s and journeys, those stronger covers to really blend out the oil pattern and the lane. And so I kind of gave you that little extra couple of % confidence. And I know, I'm excited to get into the bowl and see if it works again this year. Obviously every year is different, and even if they were to lay the identical pattern down, the way we all play them, everything changes. So, you can't walk into a building with an idea that everything you have in your head is going to work perfectly. So we may have to make a couple of adjustments on the fly. However, it's nice to know that, yeah, this strategy was kind of something similar to what was working last year. So we'll get our coffee, we'll get over to the bowl, and we'll see if this strategy works for this year. And if it doesn't, we'll come up with something else.
Thank you.
There you are.
Thank you. So I saw something when I was taking my Uber from the airport yesterday.
Okay.
In Akron, they have a Waffle House.
Okay. You really want me to go to a Waffle House?
Oh, I want you to go to Waffle House so bad. We've already done Chick-fil-A, so I feel like Waffle House should be the next step.
I mean, what if you don't love waffles?
There's other things that aren't just waffles. They have
but you got to have waffles at the Waffle House, don't you?
I mean, you could try one. They've got biscuits, and not like cookies like y'all say biscuits are. They're biscuits.
Oh, we don't say any of that.
You don't?
We don't say biscuits, and we don't say... Oh, like, yeah, you mean like actual cookies or biscuits?
Do you guys say cookies or biscuits?
Well, they're two different things.
Do you have a chocolate chip biscuit?
No, chocolate chip cookie.
Oh.
Our biscuits are... How would I explain our biscuits? I mean, I suppose you could have a chocolate chip biscuit. We don't really. I don't know how to explain it. What is a biscuit comparatively to a cookie? I think the best way to describe a biscuit is you would dunk it in tea or coffee, like you can. If you were to invite someone over to your place for coffee, on the table you would put an arrangement of Bickies biscuits.
Are they kind of like a biscotti that you dunk in the hot drink?
Yeah, but a biscotti I think is thinner. So, how would I describe it? That's how I describe it. If someone was coming over to your house for a coffee or a tea, on the table you would have an arrangement of biscuits.
Okay.
So, not well, you could put cookies on there. Cookies are smaller and rounder. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not hitting any cars and going the wrong way. Cookies are they're smaller. They're not all round, I suppose. No, they are pretty much all round. Yeah, cookies round. Yeah, a biscuit is lots of different shapes. Squares, rectangles, circles. We even have a Bicky called Hundreds and Thousands. It's got sprinkles on it, as you would call it, sprinkles. So, but your biscuits are breakfast food.
Yes.
We don't have that. We don't even have that.
You can actually have a biscuit any time of day. I'm from the South, and that is an all-day affair.
Okay. Typically it's for breakfast, but I don't even think we have that type of biscuit back home. I've never seen one before like that. Because I know the one you're talking about. I have ventured down to the South before and have been invited to eat a biscuit for breakfast. But alright, we'll see if we can find a Waffle House.
I already know where it is.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you glad?
Someone's done their research.
Can we give the viewers a Belmo Waffle House experience?
We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see. Any mum spaghetti nearby?
Oh, there's just the one. Just the one.
Alright, we'll see. We'll see if we can find one.
Alright, I'll take it.
You know where the one is, but we'll see if we have time.
Okay.
Alright.
They're open 24 hours a day.
We'll see if we have time.
It's the last tournament of a long swing. It's clearly going to be a little bit lower scoring pace based on the practice session. So really the only thing Jason hasn't done this year is win. I mean, he's made a number of shows and we've been really close a number of times. So he has a lot of confidence in this building.
Here at
a
staff.
lot of success in this building.
General Manager Eric Kane, all the
Looks
tournament
pretty relaxed,
volunteers,
which is good.
we appreciate you very
And
much.
we're going to need some patience this week because I think play's going to be a little tougher early. And we haven't seen that scoring
Sponsors,
pace.
Stickers, Jess Bear,
A lower
Go
scoring pace
Bowling,
more than a month.
USBC,
So I
and
think
Bowl
the first
TV.
game and a half
And thank you
is
to
gonna be
all of our
tricky.
PBA product registered companies
because these guys
who
are all
make these events
champions,
possible.
I think
Ladies
they're
and
going to
gentlemen,
figure it out and scoring pace will pick up. We're going to see what happens, and that's why we play the game. So let's see what happens.
for a start. I thought I made the 2.8. I threw it exactly where I wanted to, but she didn't hook as much as I was hoping. And then to finish off with that pocket 710, annoying. But 222 to start. Could have been a lot worse, could have been a little better. So we'll take it, move on to the next one.
Off to a good start. It's not ready to switch, but he's having this, I want to say, issue on his spare shots. His hand is kind of collapsing on some of the spares. So I think he's in a good spot still. He looks pretty relaxed, but we're going to go check 3 and 4 and make sure it's not doing anything crazy, so that when we make the flip, that he has a good picture of what's going on, and then he can determine what he wants to do and whether it's a ball change or not. But, sure would like to see 3 or 4 bagger right now and get 220, 230 out of this game as well. Fingers crossed. A little fast with the speed and a little in. Got to dial it down and roll it a little bit more. Then we'll be okay.
Another misspare, frustrating. For some reason the oil we're using this week makes my spare ball super greasy and slippery. So that's a pain in the ass I got to deal with. But 211, scoring pace is very low. Just keep doing my thing, stay in it. See what happens.
That one hooks more differently than Jen, right? For you, right? So also to have down there, I would say Journey off of that. Journey should come off that's a bigger footprint, and it shouldn't come
I can
off.
move right. I don't have to stay there. I don't have to change ball. I can change the shape.
You want to try that first before a ball change? Okay. Well, from what I see down there, it's Journey. It would be Journey.
Try one more move.
Okay. One more move with the phase 2. It's not phase 2 and it doesn't roll good. It's Journey. The Pairs, listen, it's either over here or one big giant move over top of it. I think it's got to be another move left, and I think he's going to go take a look at Billy, who's got a six-bagger, who's his doubles partner, and I think he's going to make a really big move left and use the journey in the next shot. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I want to happen. Whether it happens or not, I don't know.
That's risky. The scoring pace is already really low, and we're asking to open the angles up. I mean, that goes against, like, I really don't see anybody doing what you're saying from as far left as I am. Like, maybe I got to go much further right, but I can't be that far left and play that steep.
We're in a really good spot right now because he's missed a couple spares early, and I think that's a combination of his hand. And I know the oil has been a problem on his spare ball. I don't know if he talked about that or not, but I do know that the oil, we're using control, so it's real thick. So with that in mind, we're in a good spot. Clean, we're on a double. I think we made the right move. Just don't know if it's the right ball yet or not, so we'll sift through these moves. But I do think that Belmo Journey ball, he's got his logo on it, that journey ball, could be the one. Hoping to get a fill ball there, but we did catch 230, which is good, and 660 doesn't hurt us, so we're off to a good start. Nothing wrong with that.
These guys were doing, the guys on the pair, and they all bowled horrible, and I was watching the ball, it just went dead straight down lane. So I thought, alright, well let's kind of do a little similar to like Anthony and even Jake to a certain degree. Just get a little further right. I mean, Anthony's further right than Jake. And his break went wide. So I threw the first one really nice, and at 210, and then that one was not so sure.
A little left up the lane? Or?
A little, yeah, but
there was only one urethane ball here early, so maybe 210 on the left line, right?
Yeah, maybe we go back to you. Nobody bowled well here. Nathan doesn't bowl well.
On the shot, do the same thing? Like that,
I think where I'm at, it's just the way that I'm playing, there's that fear of the 210 that's coming, right? So now you're shutting it down a little bit.
Right. You're protected.
Yeah. You got to kind of get that out of the head.
Just let one go and read the ball reaction.
I don't think it's the phase 2.
No.
It might be the Tour Dynamo, to be honest.
Well, that's the one that's more predictable. If we want to look at more, we can always, that's the one you can vary your speeds and make more and obviously get cleaner down the lane, but you don't have it out here.
I'll get it.
All right. We're going to go with Tour Dynamics, aka Tour Dynamo, and try to stay straighter and see if see if that doesn't do the job. I still think it could be a big jump over top of it, and throwing it slower. He's not comfortable doing that yet, especially with the scoring pace, which I totally understand. But I got to give him my ideas and thoughts on where they are, where we could be on the lane. It's either over here or it's way over here. I'm doing that. Let's see what we got in the shot. Still feel like we're right teetering on the line of not a lot of left, not a lot of right. So I think he's got to move right on this lane, keep up the lane up in front of him. If that doesn't work, make an executive decision and say it's a big jump over top of him. And he's going to tell me I'm crazy. Sometimes you got to be crazy.
I came and watched this pair. Like that's the thing that spooked me out. Now look, the last pair, totally get it, and I would have been very comfortable doing it.
Right.
But when you this, and I'm watching even these guys, like he's gone 2-8-10, 2-8-10 on these two shots that didn't get to the pocket.
Right.
So it's.
You think you manufacture a double when you're at?
No, but that's what I'm saying. And the thing is I can't play even where Jake is playing. I can't feel it because I feel like then I have to increase my speed, which I don't think is the play. I think we want to slow it down. But then my angles get so steep.
I think we can go left. I do think we can go left with the Tour Dynamo.
It will not hook.
Okay.
It will not hook. They're very, very tight down lane.
Okay. Then you're gonna have to manipulate the spot that you just solid 9 in. Missed 2 shots this game, so he's a little cranky with me right now. Gotta find a way to bowl 179, so we gotta find a way to do it. flat 10 to 10. Come over here, flat 10 again. Then got it in a little bit at 210. Switch balls and flat 10 again. You know, it's going to be the slower speed, and I think that's where you're right. The Lightning, when the speed is right, it comes off pretty hard. And it's got some surface on it as well. So
I'm going to make one more move with this detention style.
okay, I'm going to run this back. That one has to go through him the right way. If that one doesn't go through him, then clearly it's not the ball. I agree. We've had a lot of shots in the pocket recently that are not striking. So the key is not to hit the panic button because the pace is still low and not shoot ourselves in the foot. We're going to change balls to the Belmo now, and hopefully this does the right thing. So. Last game for not a lot of score. We're still okay because the pace is low. A nice game here, a solid 240 or 250 would make lunch taste really good. It's been an odd squad, very odd squad, and yeah, I think he's going a little further right now. Something going back and forth. It's like either over here or over there. It's been really tricky. It's been really tricky for me too. Tricky for me too.
You were hoping for it to just...
I think you got to go harder. Really firm in that spot. It'll pick up, no doubt.
I just think that picked up really... It didn't have the shape of... What's the word? Like... I got that going a little further right, and it came off really hard. And so now I'm thinking as I move left, there's just more and more traffic. So whether I throw it hard or not, I just think it's going to see a lot of earlier hook.
Okay. So
but that ball doesn't hook a lot.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
And it really hooks.
That's why I think if we can throw it harder, and that's, I mean, I know it's unconventional how we've been throwing it, especially after just trying to dial it down from the middle of the lane. And I'm just only telling you what I saw on this pair from
No, I understand. I'm just I'm telling you what my ball did.
No, I hear you. What's your other option if you're thinking? If you don't like that, are you going to move left off that? Is it a bigger move, or what do you think? Just give me an idea what you're thinking. Yeah, you're going to be a little bit left and firm it up that spot. I understand you're moving into traffic, but I think the traffic is more at 15, 16.
That's where I'm going to be, right?
I think you're going to be like 12, 13, I'm hoping, with the PBA. That's going to be hot. All right, what do you got now?
I saw so much.
Yep.
I just didn't feel comfortable.
That's fine.
I mean, look, that one again could have struck.
Yeah.
That's a different Bebo with more surface.
Okay. Pin slower in that spot, and
It's the
think
same
it comes
as
off
the
it,
other
or are you going to just put the same shot and hope it strikes?
No, I think I'm just going to move it just a pinch, just to maybe see the friction just a little sooner.
Well, he's in there with you. Let's see what this ball does.
No, he's way left of me now.
That's right sounding close here.
He's
Well, we
way
got some intel on both lanes now. Now it's just a question of hopefully hopefully getting it to read the friction right and get it go through the pins.
I mean, that came back from
Yeah.
where? Shot there pretty much sums up my day. Whenever I was close, I wasn't close enough. Every time I was thinking there was a chance, something, whether it be a pocket 710, bunch of 9 pins and 10 pins, just hit me in the face. I'm looking at those scores and I'm feeling like you didn't bowl that bad and your scores say you did. Oh, very close.
YouTube. Alright. We're on our way to the second set. Didn't go as planned this morning. We were close to bowling some pretty good games. A couple of stubborn splits when hitting the pocket. I've had a nice afternoon break and a nice think about it, and I'm kind of relishing the challenge. You know, I feel like I'm bowling well. Just the way that this game is, you got to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. You can't just have a couple of them in the right spots. You've got to put them all together. And so I have a lot of belief that if I can work that puzzle out, then it's game on. It's game on. So there's going to be a little strategy change for this evening. We're probably going to prep a few of the bowling balls with just a little bit more surface. I mean, I had a few with surface that I used today, but I think they probably I need a couple of options with more surface. And that's just so, well, you probably saw every time my ball didn't quite read the lane at 210, or I left a 10 pin because it didn't quite make the turn early enough. So we're going to use a little surface to prevent that from happening, and it'll also let me keep my speed up just a little bit. I feel like on this type of pattern too, that with my rev rate being so high and my natural ball roll wanting to roll so early, that if I have to slow way down with something a little shinier, I think I get into a little trouble. Especially on the more trickier pairs, which we saw in that 160 game. I couldn't get my ball to slow down in the right part of the lane, and so it was splits everywhere. So we're going to change that, but like I said, I'm feeling up for it, and I'm excited to hit the lanes in just under an hour. I think once I see that first messenger or that first trip 4 pin, just to kind of release the valve a little bit, we'll be off to the races. So let's get after it. Let's get it. Let's do it.
2 left. Brooklyn again. So I'm like, all right. Then I changed the reality. I left a 2-4-8. So I'm like, oh, well, let's just stand where you stood for the Brooklyn to spare it. Never hooked, missed it. Then I 4-pinned with the reality. And I'm like, okay, well, let's just move 1 off of that, throw it the same. And I threw it close, and it never hooked. Alright, so now I don't know what to do. If it's urethane, I don't know what to do.
The benefits of, or non-benefits of, I have to chart the first game, so I can't see what's going on as we're trying to get all the information for the pairs, so it makes it really hard. So I've got to rely on what happened to him, or what he says happened to him, to try to help him with ball motion. And the middle of the lane looks a little flatter tonight right now. So I think we're going to stay with urethane to the right. I think hopefully we'll get our speed dialed in, our angles dialed in. It doesn't help that the ball didn't do the right thing after practice, and then right next to him, Simonson had the front 8. So, you know, it's. I think if he goes a little bit further right off of that, we should be okay, and I think we'll bowl a good game this game. Fingers crossed. Good ball change. Bowled better last game than his result. He paid maximum penalty for the 2 shots that he missed by an inch, like this much. Which has kind of been the theme of the year. You know, he's split a lot more than he normally does, but and maybe that's what's keeping us from winning an event, right? So, you're just thinking outside the box right now. This is closer to where he was, where he kind of finished the first squad and threw some good shots and got unlucky that last game for 214 when he 4-9 in the 10th. See if he can get a little bit loose here and 3, 4, 5, or 6 strikes, because the scoring pace is very low. It is going to be a grind this week. So it's a major championship. He's the best ever in majors. He'll grind just fine. playing, huh?
I've never
I think once I see that first like messenger or that first like trip 4 pin, just to kind of like release the valve a little bit, we'll be off to the races.
Sorry I didn't really talk much with you tonight, but kind of felt like there was not much new to say. After the first game, which I had a really tricky left lane, you know, I kind of felt like every game thereafter was the same story. Executed relatively well. I'd get a couple of good strikes, and then I'd also miss. Just the ball stops hooking, or the ball would overhook. Yeah, every single game tonight. very disappointed with that last game because I definitely had a good chance there to, maybe shoot 230 or 240 and let the 9th frame get away from me. But yeah, this is what makes this game so tough. Is if it was just about execution, then you would feel like when you bowl bad, it's because of bad execution. But tonight, I felt like I bowled really well for a lot of the night. We're a lot closer to the cut than we were last year in the same position. So, silver lining, I suppose. But we've got to definitely come in tomorrow, and we've got to get off to a good start. If we don't get off to a good start, I think it's going to be a really tough uphill battle. All right, it's not over. To the fat lady singing. I don't hear it just yet.
G'day, thanks for watching. If you loved this one, check out the rest of the videos from this playlist or any other playlist. Make sure that you like the video and please subscribe if you would love to be the first to catch any of the latest of the behind the scenes and a whole lot of other cool stuff.